Hello, my name is Stella Brajterman. I am an actress, a dancer, a performer, and my latest work that was displayed in Artists for Peace was Speak Low. It was a solo mixing theater and dance and poetry, which I love. So basically, I'm going to I have my paper here. What does Artists for Peace signify for you? I think it's very important, especially now that we are facing such a big challenge like COVID, to have a platform that we can show different types of art expressions with such talented artists, and in a way that people can actually go there and watch. In a very simple way. They don't have to actually, leave their places and pay a ticket and go. No, it's like there, and it's very interesting also as an artist to take a look in the other arts, other pieces. It's very exciting, and at the same time, it's very inspiring. So it's a very powerful tool for us artists and also for the audience. What questions do you ask yourself every day about the relationship between artistic creation and global peace? So basically, I think when this word peace for me, because peace, paz in Portuguese means something pacific, it's something, it seems like it's passive, but in my hand it's something that is active. And we need to almost fight to sustain a type of harmony between and balance between people, between nature and human beings. Is an engagement, is a commitment. So it's very similar to an art expression, right? The moment that you create something, and makes total sense that to create is also to make sure that you're trying to make your best to keep things balanced, and also to instigate the man to reinvent himself, right? Or to think about his own place in the world and how his behavior, how his ideas, whatever he does affect other people. So by looking at this, I think it's very there's a lot of connection between global peace and art. I'm not saying that art is saving the world, but it's an important activity, right? It's a verb. It's not a name. Art is a verb that you need to, keep moving so things can stay balanced and we can improve as citizens and global citizens. Okay. As an artist scientist, what is the relationship between science and art? So there's many different types of relationships, I think, between art and science, and I believe that science also is interested by the unknown, right? Just like art, like they dig into the research and engagement to what they want to discover. And it is always an intense experience when it comes to look at something new, right? Because it demands a lot of commitment and courage for a scientist and an artist to start a new project. So this is my way to see how those, like at the beginning, so different things can meet in this same interest that is the unknown, and how they actually enter in this beautiful journey into the zone of the unknown. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to answer all, but I'll do my best. So 4, what are the most important life lessons or experiences that continue to inspire your work? So whenever I get inspired, I will go back to the unknown, right? It's always when I'm facing a situation in which I need to get out of my comfort zone. and entering the zone of the unknown, right? And get rid of this old, me to recreate myself. So whatever this happened is always, or I don't know, like for me, or during a crisis, or when I'm changing something, or changing house, or my job, or simply the fact to fall in love for someone, which obliges you to, get out of your comfort zone, and you need to allow yourself to fall, right? Because you fall from yourself, you fall from something that you know to the abyss. Because if you don't fall, nothing can fly. Basically, you don't give the chance for something to fly. So I think basically that's it. I think that moment, that or intense like experiences that take me out of my comfort zone and causes me a little bit of fear, or I don't know, like what's going to happen. 5, would you please discuss your philosophical, psychological, aesthetic ideas that create a bridge between your creative beliefs and your thoughts concerning collective consciousness? So I think when I think this word collective, it's very interesting, because you need before you enter, you dig into the community, let's say, you need to look at yourself first. So my idea always come, I don't know, it's I seek poetry all the time. Like whatever I do, I seek poetry. Even if I dance, even if I write, even if I'm doing theater or performance, or I seek for poetry. I love poetry. I think poetry, once again, like turns the reality upside down and obliges us to actually become different. We need to rethink about ourselves. We need to recreate ourselves, to recreate the reality. So in that sense, I think it's very political. And that's how we enter into the collective consciousness. Because when I think about myself, I need to think about a lot of things, right? Because we have our ideas, our emotions, our body, and where we are and how we affect other people. So when I seek poetry, I'm doing a beautiful journey also inside myself to maybe rethink reality and change things around me and inside me. And I give myself some space inside me to become a better human being. Not because nothing so like a better, like I'm a good people. Not only that, but a better in a way that I need to be stronger. I need to be smarter. I need to be more sensitive to things when I seek poetry. So in the end, affects the community. When you put yourself in that place, it affects the community. 6, our artistic time appears to be in an age of collaboration. In many historical ones, often be true. What do you feel makes our historical time more collaborative, involved? How does this affect your work as an artist? Yeah, this is a tricky question, because at the same time I think we are collaborating because we need to, right? We need to create some type of platforms that allow the artist to actually collaborate. We need to, because otherwise, well, actually to do art we never are alone, so we need to collaborate. It's something that is almost like the essence of art. We need to collaborate all the time. But what I love about collaboration, and what I think is so important for art, and not only for art, is that we have some ideas collapsing all the time. once again, I think when we collapse, I'm also going, always going back to the same point. That is when you leave your comfort zone and you try to build something with, people around you and some other ideas, new statements, new perspectives. So it's very rich in that sense. And once again, talking about the COVID. We need to collaborate. I think right now this virus came to almost teach us that it's not about us, it's about the other as well. So we need to all the time keep that in mind. It's about the other, it's about the other, it's about the other. We cannot build a house alone. So I think mostly that's it. But it's a tricky because at the same time I think we are very, very selfish. We still, in the end, we are selfish, selfish beings. We need about our own safety, but of course we need that. But like, especially with the internet, with the social medias, we get more selfish and more self-centered and more, yeah. So it's a very tricky question. How is your work inspired by technology, space-time theory, or current research discoveries in quantum physics, astrophysics? Actually, so my work now is getting inspired by that, of course, in entanglement theory, and which I love. My new work, my new piece, Ava. But the work that I display now in Artist for Peace, there was nothing to do with like so specifically with physics. But I don't know, if I think, if I stop and think, yes, because it's about a girl that in a trip by herself, she just walk, and then like when she's walking and she's having all these experiences, like to things that happen outside her and inside herself. It's based on a poem, right? From Alice Santana called Speak Low. So at the same time, I think it's a way to change a little bit, like the speed of the, how can I say that? Sorry. This dimensional thing, we change time and space. We change time and space. So I think when I stop to discuss about time and space, this have a type of intersection with the work that I do. How can I stretch time and space? How can time can be illusional, or how can space comes from the period of time, and like I'm very ignorant in the physics and all of this, but to stop, this was a very interesting question for me to actually rethink about this old work, this Speak Low. How am I going to do now using some type of, let's say, Einstein theory of general relativity? I don't know. This is interesting. I can do that. I will definitely do that, actually. Wait, I think that's it. I'm sorry, I have my paper. So thank you. Was an honor for me to be a part of Artists for Peace. And I hope that I can also, we can keep in touch, and the artists can also maybe do something together in the future. Who knows? Thank you.